Most people don't fail because they're stupid. They fail because they get comfortable. Comfortable with average. Comfortable with distractions. Comfortable with surviving instead of evolving. And the terrifying part is, comfort doesn't feel dangerous. It feels safe. Until one day, you wake up realizing years disappeared, and nothing changed. No massive failure. No dramatic collapse. Just a slow, invisible decline. This is the silent habit destroying ambition across an entire generation. There was once a young man obsessed with becoming wealthy. Every morning, he woke up with urgency in his chest. He hated being average, hated watching other people succeed while he struggled financially. So he became obsessed with trading. Charts filled his laptop screen every night. Candlestick patterns, market psychology, risk management. He told himself, one day my life will change. And in the beginning, he was different. Hungry people moved differently. While others slept, he studied. While others partied, he practiced. Every loss made him sharper. Every mistake became fuel. He wasn't talented, but he was obsessed. An obsession is powerful. Months passed, then years. Slowly, things started improving. A profitable week, then another, then bigger wins. For the first time in his life, he felt hope. But that's when the danger began. Not during failure, during comfort. Because success changes people quietly. The moment survival pressure disappears, discipline becomes optional. He began rewarding himself more often. One day off became three. Three became weeks. The late-night chart sessions stopped. The books remained unopened. The hunger faded. Not because he achieved greatness, but because he became comfortable enough to stop chasing it aggressively. And that's how ambition dies for most people. Not through tragedy, through comfort. Comfort whispers the most dangerous lie in existence. You still have time. So people delay everything. The business idea, the gym, the skill they wanted to master, the dream they once promised themselves they'd pursue. Tomorrow feels guaranteed. Until years disappear. Then suddenly, they're older, more tired, more fearful, more average than they ever imagined becoming. And deep down, they know they betrayed their own potential. The scary thing about comfort is that it removes urgency. And without urgency, most people never evolve. Human beings naturally move toward convenience. It's biological. The brain wants safety, predictability, easy rewards. That's why social media is addictive. Why junk food sells. Why distraction is everywhere. The modern world profits from weak attention spans and comfortable minds. Because distracted people are easier to control. Think about it. Most people wake up and immediately consume phone, notifications, entertainment, noise, before their mind even has time to think. And slowly, their ability to focus disappears. Their discipline weakens. Their ambition fades. But they don't notice it happening. Because comfort is subtle. It doesn't destroy you overnight. It slowly seduces you into mediocrity. One small distraction at a time. One excuse at a time. One delay at a time. That's why ambition dies quietly. Not in one dramatic moment, but through tiny daily decisions. Sleeping in when you promised yourself to wake early. Watching another hour of content instead of building something meaningful. Avoiding discomfort. Avoiding risk. Avoiding failure. Most people think success is built through massive actions. It's not. Your future is built through repeated behavior. Daily habits become identity, and identity becomes destiny. That's why two people can have the same dream, but completely different outcomes. One becomes disciplined, the other becomes comfortable. One embraces pain, the other avoids it. And eventually, their lives separate completely. A few years later, one is financially free, the other is still making excuses. There was another trader people admired online. Everyone envied him. Luxury vacations, designer clothes, expensive watches, sports cars. His social media looked perfect. People called him a genius. But nobody saw the reality behind the scenes. At first, his success came from discipline. But success changed him. The money made him relaxed. He stopped respecting the market, stopped studying, stopped adapting. His ego grew stronger than his discipline. And arrogance is dangerous in any field, but especially in trading. Because the market punishes emotional weakness brutally. One bad trade became another. Losses increased. But instead of becoming disciplined again, he became emotional. Desperate people make irrational decisions. So he doubled positions, took bigger risks, chased losses. The same ambition that once built him was now being controlled by ego. Then one night, everything collapsed. Years of profit disappeared. The lifestyle vanished. The confidence disappeared. The respect disappeared. And suddenly, the man everyone admired online was completely broken inside. Because comfort had weakened him mentally. Success made him soft. And soft minds struggle under pressure. That's why comfort is dangerous. It slowly removes the very traits required for greatness. Discipline, focus, resilience, patience. Most people want success emotionally, but their habits are designed for comfort. And your habits always reveal your future. The uncomfortable truth is this. Most people never become exceptional because they never train themselves to handle discomfort. They quit too early. The gym becomes uncomfortable, so they stop. Learning a skill becomes frustrating, so they quit. Building a business becomes stressful, so they return to safety. But growth only exists in discomfort. Everything valuable requires temporary pain. Confidence is built through difficult experiences. Discipline is built through resistance. Strength is built through pressure. Even diamonds are created under pressure. Yet modern culture teaches people to avoid discomfort at all costs. Take it easy. Don't stress yourself. Relax more. And while rest is important, constant comfort destroys potential. Look at the people who changed the world. Athletes, entrepreneurs, artists, investors. Their lives were not built on comfort. They were built on obsession, repetition, sacrifice, pain. While most people were distracted, they were practicing. While most people sought entertainment, they sought mastery. That's the difference. The average person wants comfort now. The exceptional person sacrifices now for freedom later. And that's why their futures become completely different. Most people underestimate how quickly life moves. Years feel long when you're young. Then suddenly, you wake up realizing an entire decade disappeared. The dreams are still unfinished. The goals still delayed. The potential still untouched. And regret begins to grow. Not because life was unfair, but because comfort slowly replaced ambition. That's why some of the most dangerous words in existence are, "I'll start tomorrow." Tomorrow is where dreams go to die, because tomorrow feels safe. But successful people understand something most people never realize. Action creates momentum, not motivation. Motivation is temporary. Feelings change constantly. But disciplined action rewires identity. The people who escape mediocrity are not always smarter. They simply learn to act despite discomfort. They trained themselves to move even when they felt tired, to focus even when distracted, to continue even when results were slow. That's rare, because most people negotiate with discomfort constantly. The alarm rings. They negotiate. The work becomes difficult. They negotiate. Failure appears. They retreat. But winners understand something important. Temporary discomfort is the price of transformation. You cannot become stronger while remaining comfortable. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. One always destroys the other. Imagine who you could become if you stopped escaping discomfort. Imagine the discipline you could build, the wealth you could create, the confidence you could develop. Imagine where your life could be 1 year from now if you became obsessed with growth instead of comfort. Most people never meet their highest version, not because they lack intelligence, not because they lack opportunity, but because comfort quietly seduced them into average lives. The saddest part? Many won't realize it until it's too late, until the years are gone, until the energy fades, until regret becomes heavier than fear. Comfort is dangerous because it feels harmless. It feels relaxing, safe, pleasant, but slowly, it steals focus, steals discipline, steals ambition, one distraction at a time. And by the time most people realize what happened, their best years are already behind them. Your future is being shaped by what you tolerate daily. Every excuse matters. Every habit matters. Every decision matters. Because small choices repeated over years become entire lives. So the real question is, will you continue choosing comfort or finally choose growth?